we have a situation, of course, with the ocean. And so what we have done as a government, as a country, is to secure funding to protect vulnerable coastal areas like Buchanan. They did that a couple of years ago. We did with West Point in Nikutown. Now we just secured a $17.2 million grant from the JEF to build our coastal defense in West Point.
Professor Tarpeh, we also are concerned about buildings that are illegally put up near the waters. What about that? Illegal buildings on swampy lands, which I think is also a problem in Liberia, particularly Monrovia.
Jimmy, you are right. It's one of our major challenges. Unlawful construction in places that are supposed to be protected by law as well as international conventions. And we have these challenges. But I can assure you the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, has been doing its best to try to bring that situation under control. But it's a challenge, but we are facing that. Specifically, the wetlands. There is a convention called the Ramsar Convention, which sets aside certain wetlands as protected areas. And Liberia, as a signatory to that convention, we are on an obligation to make sure that we protect that. But we have a situation where population shift because of the war is causing people to come and build in swamplands. It's a major challenge, but we are dealing with it.
What exactly is the government doing to deal with that? Relocation, is that one option?
No. Relocation, first of all, it's unlawful to build in wetlands. So when we find you building in wetlands, the law requires that we cite you to the EPA for hearing, and consistent with due process, we give you a demerit. It will be in the form of, okay, you're going to have to stop the construction, demolish it. But if we find that the construction can be done in a sustainable way, we ask for a plan to be submitted to the EPA, and with the EPA involvement, we can redesign it where that particular construction, it can be done without disturbance to the ecosystem. And if we found that you did it without the EPA's concern and it cannot be mitigated, meaning remediated, to mean that we try to restructure it, we demolish it.
Dr. Tarpeh, I haven't been to Monrovia for a couple of years now, but I think the last time I was there, my observation was the issue of this uncontrolled, particularly in the urban area like Monrovia. This is something that many people think, even the ordinary person thinks, is a threat to public health. I'm sure this falls under your purview.
Yes, somehow, but directly it is the municipal government, which is in the case of Monrovia, the Monrovia City Corporation. In the case of Painesville, it's the Painesville Corporation. In the case of the Nikutown area, that's the Borough of Nikutown. But we work together as interagencies because all of that poses a threat to the environment. The challenge is the number of people in the city and the logistics available to do that. But if you look at it, Jimmy, also, the common man is actually the problem. Some of them are the problem. So we continue to increase the level of awareness. If you live in an environment, you cannot dirty the place. You cannot contaminate it and expect the government to come and lift it. For instance, you build your house. Behind it, there is a gutter for water to flow. You take that and you put it in there and expect the government to do it. No, you are not supposed to dump it. There is a dumping site for that to go for it to be collected. Again, there is a challenge because the quantity of solid waste that we generate and the quantity that we can get rid of as a municipal government or whatever the case is overwhelming on the side of the build-up.